Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald, More in the Score, presented by Dubuque Auto Plaza. I am your host, Steve Ortman. Alongside me this week, Tim O'Neill. Oh my gosh.
Calm down.
What do you want?
I want to come talk to the nice, friendly people of the Tri-States.
Oh. All right. Well, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever? All right. Well, let's see. What do you cover? Soccer?
Soccer, yeah.
Soccer. Okay. Yeah. Soccer. Let's start with some soccer. That sounds good. You excited?
A little bit.
You a little bit? Yeah, you can tell. Let's talk Dyersville-Beckman boys soccer team. They had a fantastic winning streak, but unfortunately all good things must come to an end.
Yeah, it was a state record already going into this season. They ended last year with a 40-match winning streak. They extended it to 47 this year, unfortunately on Saturday. That ended at what is always a tough tournament. It's basically an invitational with most of the state's Catholic high schools. And Dyersville-Beckman at that tournament beat Bellevue Marquette and Waterloo Columbus, but fell to Davenport Assumption in the championship game. Assumption is ranked number 5 in Class 1A. Beckman is number 1. A lot of people on the Beckman team were talking about how good Assumption was when I covered them on Friday against Western Dubuque, and obviously Assumption backed it up. In order to face Beckman in the championship game, they had to defeat number 2 ranked Iowa City Regina, which, if you know much about the Iowa high school soccer scene, and Steve, I know you are a huge fan.
Huge.
Beckman and Iowa City Regina have won pretty much every 1A state soccer title since I've had the Beats in 2010. So,
I knew that.
It's kind of been, Davenport Assumption has now put their name into that mix, but Dyersville-Beckman, they're still the 2-time defending champion. So it's going to be a nice race to the championship match with some of these teams down there in 1A.
Yeah, no, we're also off and running on the city scene. Now, Dubuque-Wahlert picked up a win over Dubuque-Hempstead last week on the boys' side. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, it was the first time Wahlert has beaten Hempstead since 2013, and really for a long time, the city soccer crown was Wahlert's to win every year. And then the past 3 years, Hempstead came in and kind of took control, and Wahlert had enough finally and put a pretty convincing win on Hempstead. It was just a well-played game and a nice win for them to get that first leg of the city title under their belt. Now they got to play senior next month, and they win that. They sweep the city title. And Wahlert's a team that went to the state tournament last year. They placed 3rd in Class 2A. They're ranked number 5 right now, so I know they got big expectations. And that was a really nice win for them, not only to get the bragging rights over a city rival, but just to kind of reestablish Wahlert as one of the top teams in the city and the state.
Sure. Now, as well versed as I am in soccer, I know you two are the same way in tennis. So I don't have to tell you twice, but Dubuque-Wahlert boys and girls tennis programs are off to a great start. The boys team, obviously, we well documented a couple weeks ago, playing for their former coach, Julie Westerkamp, who's diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer back in February. Obviously, very motivated team. They're looking to defend their Class 1A state championship. They got off to a 7-0 start this season. They suffered their first loss on Saturday against Iowa City West, obviously a very tough team in 2A. But off to a great start. They picked up a 9-0 win over city rival Senior last week. I caught up with number 1 singles and doubles player Riley Collins after the victory. Here's what he had to say about the team's hot start to the season.
I think the main point to the 6-0 start is just always taking a match and not playing down to other people's levels. We don't take any match for granted, and we just pretend like every match is against Iowa City West, and just keep that mentality of fighting for every point and go until the end.
Sure, yourself and Jack Lucy play number 1 doubles together. You're 1 and 2 at singles. Both great players. Talk about that dynamic playing together, as well as basically having 2 number 1 players at the top of the singles lineup.
That lineup could be easily switched. We have so much depth that anyone could fill in our slots and pretty much have room for 2 teams. And it's always nice to play with another number 1 as Jack, because he's good enough for that. And then we can just keep working together, and it's pretty fun playing doubles with a person that's about equal level as you.
That was Riley Collins, Dubuque-Wahlert boys tennis. On the girls' side, the Golden Eagles also got off to an undefeated start to the season. They've got a new coach this year, well, a new old coach, if you will, and Maria McDonald, who coached 3 years previously at Wahlert, 2009, 10, and 11. During those years, they won a state championship in 09. They had 2 runner-up finishes at state as well, and they're off to an undefeated start this season, so obviously she's getting right back to it. I talked to number 1 singles and doubles player Audrey Hins after their 9-0 victory over Dubuque Senior last week. Here's what she had to say about the hot start to the season on the girls' side of things.
Well, for my senior year, I'm hoping to make it to state again. I've made it the past 3 years in a row, and I'm really determined to make it farther than I have in the past. I'm feeling pretty confident about this season, much more relaxed about my play, so I'm excited about that. Overall for the team is going really, really well. We're definitely fighting harder than we have in the past, and we've become a lot closer as a team.
Sure, and well, you can tell it's a little chilly, windy day out here to be playing tennis, but you've had a lot of experience at the top of the lineup. Can you talk a little bit about how that's going to be helping you this year?
Yeah, I think in the past 2 years being one, but being a sophomore and a junior was a little nerve-wracking, especially a lot of the girls were seniors, they had more experience, and I was kind of just thrown into it my sophomore year. But this year being a senior, I feel like this is my year and my chance to really make it far and leave my impression on the
Sure,
sport.
yeah, and a new coach, Maria McDonald, for this program, had some championship success previously. Talk a little bit about what she brings to the program this year.
She has brought the team really close together, a lot of fun activities. The biggest thing, she is very strict about our diets, which is the problem with me, because I like to have my donuts and a lot of bad stuff. But other than that, she's just making this year a lot of fun, really keeping us all together.
All right, that is it for us on this week's More in the Score. What is that?
It's a graphic.
What's on what's on the teleprompter? It's not right on the teleprompter. I can't read what's on it.
It's the graphic for the credits.
The graphic. What does that mean? The graphic for the credits. What does that mean?
It's for the end of the show.
That is it for this week's episode of More in the Score.
Okay,
What does that mean for the graphic? What does that mean?
it's for the end. The end graphic. For more score.
To end the show?
Yeah,
To end the show.
yeah. All right, 3, 2.
All right, and that is going to do it for this week's episode of More. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know what the words are. I can't do it. You know, heck with it. We'll do it live.
All right.
Stupid thing sucks.
Ready in 5, 4, 3.
And that is it for this week's episode of Telegraph Herald More in the Score, presented by Dubuque Auto Plaza. I am your host, Steve Ortman, and to play us out, we'll have the classic Telegraph Herald More in the Score graphic. We'll catch you next week.